Hello and good morning. You, meaning me, is playing a Stanley player. I am playing the Stanley player. You are watching the StanleyHorrible. I have not played this version of the Stanley player. I have played the original Half-Life mod, which I thought was fabulous. So I'm going to jump into this one and we'll see what is in store for us today. This never ends. This never ends. This end is loading. Never the end. Oh, the end is never the end. Ah, I'm reading that wrong. Dyslexia. Ooh, that's a load time. Come on now. Come on now. I got enough RAM to put this all in my memories. What are you doing? There we go. Load. Nope, take a break. Went out to get some coffee. Wait. Coming back. Starbucks, Tim Hortons, little Cafe Caribou.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Doesn't sound so bad.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
He's got a nice desk.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Private office.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Nah. Alright, what is the item use button? Let's click. Is it? Pencils, paper. Can I zoom in? I can't jump. I hate Mondays, coffee mug. What about over here? No, don't want to go up there.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days.
No.
Had years
No time's
gone
passing.
by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, I guess that was an ending. So, StanleyHorrible, which is a pretty cool game, kind of plays with the player's perception of like reality and what is there to do. So, you know, we'll probably do this.
Workers were gone. What could it mean?
Probably do this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, so 433. You have a rotary phone that's not plugged into anything. So we'll probably see that starting, but quite a few times. Papers, paper, copier, and computer here.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
It's kind of a little take on I like work, I just hate my boss. It's kind of a little take on video games in general where you're kind of corridored, corridored into certain tasks and actions. Turn the speeders off, don't want to waste electricity. Oh, what's this? Waiting input. Is that it? Alright. See, what's really weird is this office layout is just super creepy because you've got offices in offices connected to offices. Like, there's no, like, to get to 425, you have to go through, like, oh, it's just, it's not good. There's non-rotary phones. Like, someone's got the phone system all messed up, and a lot of people hate Monday. Creepy hallway.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
See, the narrator wants you to do certain things. And again, it talks a little bit like how video games railroad you. For all intents and purposes, we're going to go the way that the voice tells us for now. Hello? 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 Hello?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers, resent coworkers not for supporting you more. Using slides to assure employees that everything's okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all that text. This will ensure a calm, productive work environment. Not wrong. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Aw, thank you. It's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Hey, is that it? Hey, number of slides on this. Number of slides on the slide. Slides, charts, and slides. Synergize core values winners. Shift global market paradigm. Monetize free to play. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. That's pretty good. Rate of increasing graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out and triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Profits. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in conflict, no matter digital and politely, like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict unless you're the kind of person who hates incidents. Alright, I see spring break, metamorphosis. That's Dreams of My Futures is metamorphosis. No football though. Lunch is good. Clear skin? Tips not getting fired. Alright, we have looped these slides. What's on these boards over here? Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Yeah. Mergers. Weekly. Right. Office party. Yeah, buddy. Friday at 4. Cabal planning. Cabal spelled with a K? Oh gosh. I was spelling with a C all this time. Tomorrow. Not cost efficient. Who moved my desk? Oh, wait. 417, 4. And then Jim. Jim is his own employee. Huh. Way to go, Jim. Broom Closet. Hey, you opened.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet.
I did.
But there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. Close that door. I'm gonna hide in the broom closet. Some duct tape, some really nicely...
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Some wire, a good wrench. I can take a... Like, having a good wrench is never a bad thing. Like, that's classic.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
That stands for fun all the time. But it is good monkey wrench like that.
Really still in the broom
It's a good
closet,
anti-zombie
standing
item.
around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm doing a recording, so I'm trying to fill the time, and you're pretty chatty, so I figured if I was in the broom closet, you'd be able to...
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
No,
But it didn't even occur to me, because literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, you did mention it, and as a gamer, I gotta check out all the stuff that you mentioned, because, you know,
to you, this
could be a
is
power-up in
somehow
here.
its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I do hope this broom closet ending.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
It's a little
That
mean,
or with
narrator.
drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, you got at least that half right.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Oh no.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
True.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Oh no.
He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good summary of what this game's about. Tropes. Why would you sort that box up there? Like, no one can reach that. There's plenty of space here. Like, this is clearly designer laid out. Like, everything is placed very carefully so their physics won't bump and they won't collide or any of that. But there is a broom in the broom closet. There's a mop bucket, but no mop. I don't understand why there's... Like, this cardboard's obviously propping the shelf up a little bit, but this cardboard's just like where the janitor sleeps, I guess. I don't know. The one tricky part when you're playing this game, if you play this game, you should play this game, is that some of the stuff has long timer triggers, so you might miss it if you don't wait long enough. But I'm going to just assume that there is no more triggers, and I'll keep running. And we're running.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee, coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So we're still following the narrative. Wait, the boss's office is executive. Oh, I need to pee real bad. Can't. All right. And no secretary. What's on your computer, secretary? Nothing. Is this the office? No, this is the office. Hey, boss. Whoa, you have a lot of books and a fireplace.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Alright, we'll crack this code.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Let's see. Oh, I know. B-O-O-B. Boob. Huh?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Fireplace.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Wow, for a secret passageway, you kind of started out pretty rough there, boss. I'm not one to judge, I don't own any secret passageways, but I would imagine that, you know, you'd have some standards. Dark corner? Very dark corner. Alright, I'll just, no. You gotta have like a snakeskin walls or something. I mean, the ominous elevator works well. Like, I don't disagree with that. When I build my, if I build my secret lair, I'm gonna have an ominous elevator, but outside of that, just looked like rough construction, like unfinished. Loading, loading, loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're following the narration. Push big button? Hell yeah, I will.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh man.
What horrible secret did this
is where you
place
watch
hold?
all of YouTube streamers at
Stanley thought
once.
to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do I have to push again? Oh. There you go. I have the strength to find out. Papers. Computer. Camera button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
It's a lot of cameras just to watch your employees. I mean, kind of reminds me of Konami. Topical.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Well, could be worse.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
That happens.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yeah.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, let's bring this down. Let's see, where is the off button? It wasn't the 4 button. Oh, there we go. That code doesn't actually compile. It's not working.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Haha! Take that, plot.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Such a nice looking country.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
That's great.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, I like a happy ending. Well, it looks like that's a playthrough of the StanleyHorrible. Bit short, I know, but I like the visual style of it. And the, British narrator, you can't go wrong. Unless there's more to this game. Is there?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, eh? Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
But
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Do not
ago.
lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Hear that, narrator? If you're lying right now, you should stop. What do we make in this factory? I can stand on boxes, though. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause deaths. Penalty for jumping on cargo lift.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Well, that has been a
Good
playthrough.
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
That's been a playthrough of the StanleyHorrible. Pretty short game, but it has a couple endings, and unless there's more... Is there more?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Don't leave your computer on. I'm sure you'd have saved your work. Input received. 2 inputs. It's meta. Alright. Alright. Watch me disobey by walking backwards.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Possible.
Wow. Yes,
beautiful, gorgeous room.
this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
F you, door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Something beautiful?
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't know, narrator guy. Warning must him. Oh god, I'm on the wrong side of the fence. 2B5. These are like Toronto. These are like Canadian.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Postal codes.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm colorblind, I'm sorry.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked
red door?
Through the
Blue
red
door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Hey now, don't be grumps.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed
What if all
developer
these rooms
textures.
are
Is this
accessible?
what you had wanted? Was it
All those
worth
little
ruining
entrances.
the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Great, I'm up for it.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Yeah, I'll trust you this time.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
2.
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Take a
Let's
look.
Take a look.
Whoa. The StanleyHorrible worldwide leaderboard. Doors open, doors attempted open, steps taken. These aren't on my friends list. And some of those are copyrighted images. This is you. I'm the worst player. Not played for 7 hours. Empty friends list. Alright.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
Yeah.
honest answers, please.
Actually, no. Let's be honest. I don't care about leaderboards.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look
let's
at
take
it,
a
would
look.
you?
I love playtesting new games.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
To be honest, this baby deserves it.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
It's kind of both.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Hey. Don't take it personal, Stan, or
yes,
narrator.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last.
Oh my god, sick burn.
A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it
My
ever be
goodness.
enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Well, I mean, I've been in worse dirt houses, to be honest, but I think the use of Minecraft here is pretty amazing.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
How deep does this go? I mean, not like the mine, of course, but like the Minecraft ending is...
Oh my,
well,
it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
no, I didn't. I'm sorry. Got some coal. It's way brighter than it would be if this was actual Minecraft. My immersion.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
New game. Let's see what we get here. I didn't think I would end up doing Minecraft as part of my Steam clean because it's not a Steam game, but there we go. Portal. Just play this one.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
This is not how it's supposed to work. The door doesn't come down, the portal opens. What's going on?
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Well, having solved this puzzle just a day or two ago.
Yes.
Box on circle.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
What?
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
And I highly doubt you're wise for the experience. Oh, I fell. Bit of behind the scenes here. Couple doors. Oh, there's a light. I mean, what's the worst that happened if you follow the light to the end of the tunnel? Corridor, hallway. Is this my room? 427? Am I back where I started? No, 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 no. Nothing going on in here. Alright. 426. Forgot what number. Hello.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion.
That's true.
That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I can wait too. It's kind of early in the morning. Little morning stretches while we're loud. Yeah. We're back again. Alright.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Wait, which computer has the input? I wanna put input in. I yearn for putting inputs. One of those, alright. Nice classic mountainside.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. We're gonna keep
Stanley
running.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, so we jumped off last time.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
I don't even know who you're talking
She's been
about.
waiting.
She has?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be...
Reach out to her if you truly place your faith in another time to pick up the phone. Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Aww.
Gotcha.
It's a little vindictive.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Hey.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
I see that you're a
Come
jerk.
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, screw you.
Sorry, but you're in my story
What?
now.
No. Don't put a brick wall up.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? No. Maybe? I guess I have to.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh. Oh, 0.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Hey, how's it going, baby? I mean, I know you're a mannequin, but, I mean, there's worse things.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
The best adventures.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Aww. Press U to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press Z to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press P to prepare dinner, sure.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the StanleyHorrible.
Whoa. Press Z to tell your kids a story, sure.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press E to tell you. Hey, babe.
There is no answer.
E is my move forward key.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh no.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
See, I'm listening to his instructions versus my instructions, so like, I don't know. Like, either way, I'm being instructed. It's... I'm willing to bet this narrative is forced on me. Like a video game narrative. It's gonna wait until I do it, huh? There are long triggers, but speaking of long triggers, this video is getting a bit long. Alright.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Aww.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Aww. Press A to question nothing. Alright.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Aww. Poor Stanley. Well, there are plenty more endings to this game, to this experience, to this narrative adventure that has been shown in just these quick, brief 45 minutes. But I will leave that to you. The StanleyHorrible, available now on Steam. My name's John. This is part of my Steam cleaning series, and it's been good sharing with you. Thanks.